Continuing with our class on Down to Earth edition of 16 to 31st of August, the next important topic is the landslide that happened near the Kaladi-Mepaldi tunnel, and that is a twin tube tunnel connecting Kozhikode with Wayanad. Now this has been just 2 years where there has been more than 300 which have been killed in the Mundaki Choramal area. Also there have been migrant workers which have been killed from Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand. Similarly, we have seen Kerala floods where we have many of the people who have been found dead and missing. There have been tunnel clearance without geological studies that have been done forward, and stone quarrying, nearly 48 of them unrestored, have been found in the nearby area. So all of these have created a big question when we are talking about sudden environmental phenomena and its deep impact onto the public. So landslides, the reason for landslide tunnel collapses have been a big question, highly important for your upcoming examinations as well. The next is floods. Now floods have hit nearly 10 states with 1 million population being affected, and the concept of flood management is nowhere seen in a constitutional list, which is one of the very important topics when so many people are being affected. Then there are other cases which include the bats, that is we have seen Odisha's Dusuma village actually is protecting the flying fox, and this is one of the community conservation practices to protect the flying foxes in the region, and they actually are related to the sacred people and banyan trees in the region. They are also known as Badu Diragan, that is the village of bats. Then we have nearly 36 of the 58 tiger reserves which are having problems with habitat. They have seen constant wildlife and human conflict, and India actually accounts for nearly 75% of the total wild population of tigers. Also we have been seen that the total tigers in India are somewhere around 3000 plus, of which there are 1344 in the protected areas which are at a very high risk, and India is actually at one of the highest risk of wildlife and human conflict in this regards. The next is a scientific debate on the SBSTT A28, and that was the CBD Science Advisory Body which met in Nairobi, and that debated on the synthetic biological rules and the benefit sharing between the developing nations. Then we have the SpaceX debris, which is nearly 4000 kg, which crashed near the moon's Einstein crater. Recently, there were nearly 3000 human-made objects that have been littered on the moon surface, accounting to nearly 190 ton of total waste. Also, there have been studies done on mole rat and whales to understand the longevity cues in human beings, how DNA repairs can be done, and mechanisms related to cancer resistance could be identified, and the ideas of healthy aging could be promoted. The next is the ban on the Ramsar wetland and the mining in the nearby areas, which were brought by Supreme Court, and then the cases that have been tracked under NGT and the important conventions. The next is the fair dealing, which talks about the exemption of research under India's Copyright Act 1957 for AI training, and that was one of the suit which was filed by the news agency ANI versus OpenGemini. Then there was a court ruling against OpenAI which was called as the Gemma case, and this was in the Munich court in Germany. The case actually talked about the German music body group that holded copyright song lyrics to generate to train the generative AI without a license, which violated the German's copyright laws. The next is the EU AI Act, which requires the right holders authentication and authorization. Another case with Anthropic, which settled at nearly 1.5 billion with the authors, and Meta actually sued major publishers in May 2026. So those were some of the important cases on fair use and infringement policies that have been seen. And then we have millions of unauthorized copyright work which has been used to train llama models, which are again an important topic. The next is the Simri block in Buxar. We have seen a huge amount of arsenic. The level is up to 7,000 ppb. The safe limits are just 10. This has been an extremely high content. 54% of the hand pumps are now marked red. That means they are contaminated. The water from those hand pumps cannot be used. The average death records have increased significantly, and the average death has reduced to just 41 years. Arsenic is now found in groundwaters in 20 of the states, with mainly West Bengal, Bihar, UP as some of the major states worst affected by it. And women actually bear the burden disproportionately because they fetch water. They are being excluded from decision making in the panchayats, and as a result, under the Jal Jeevan Mission, the improvement of the water quality has not been there. There has been expansion of the network, but the quality of the water still remains the same. The next is Shitol Patti, one of the very important arts from Assam. Now this is what is called as cool mat. It was in high demand in the regions of European Union, UK, US and Bangladesh. The exports have declined significantly. The prices of the mat have reduced from 5,000 to 3,000 in last 5 years, and this has been especially built by Assam, the region in Barak Valley, that is the Kachar district. And this craft is unique in 1920s. The idea is these mats are being prepared by the Murta plant, and that Murta plant actually, when the mat is being prepared, it keeps the mat cool for a longer period of time, reducing the need and the requirement for air conditioning and fans, and talks about a low return onto the cost that is being used. The artisans who are involved are now migrating for other work because they are not getting adequate remuneration and adequate benefit on it. So supporting the raw material and the artisan has been one of the major efforts for the government. The next is one of the important forests that we need to understand, and that is the Rugda. Now this is one of the wild monsoon mushrooms that grows in the regions of Chota Nagpur, along the regions of Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and it is also called as the vegetarian mutton. Now this has a very chewy texture. It sells for somewhere around 500 to 3,000 per kg. It grows along with sal tree, and it cannot be cultivated commercially. The calls have been for bringing in GI tag for Rugda. Also, this has been affected by fungal threats, so there has to be a constant water supply. The tree absorbs the water and the nutrients. The salt tree would actually absorb the water and the nutrient, and the tree would supply the sugar to the mushroom, and this would create a mutual dependence between the Rugda and the sal tree. So this is one of the traditional ecological traditions which is used to distinguish Rugda from the poisonous mushrooms which look very similar. The traditions have been known to identify the poisonous species with the eatable species, and that scientific literature, which has been dated back to 19th century, is now being asked for a GI tag. However, we have seen that the commercial demand for Rugda has been decreasing significantly. The next is the impact of climate change onto the children. We have seen that with nearly 1 degree rise of temperature, there is an increase in the stunting population by nearly 3.45%. 40 million more people may be stunted by 2025, and every children from India, nearly 97% of the children from India would face 2 or more climatic hazard at some point of their life. In Zimbabwe, the drought-hit children have lost nearly 1.5 to 2 centimeters of height, and the poorest and the rural community are the worst hit communities. So stunting disproportionately affects the rural community, which are more dependent on the natural resources as compared to the urban community. And the last topic that we would talk about is the Chipko movement, where there has been the Shrikesh Baniyawala highway project that has been implemented. For this, the route goes through the Shivalik elephant reserve, and nearly 4,000 trees have been marked for felling. Now this aims to improve the connectivity for the Char Dham Yatra and connecting the Jollygrant Airport, Rishikesh, Dehradun areas. However, this has received protesters from Chipko movement to order the stop of the felling of the tree, and also fresh consultations to actually pressure the government to ensure that these are not opened all of the sudden and the trees are not being cut in these regions. So those are some of the key things that we have discussed in this edition. Thanks for joining, and of course we do cover Yojana Kurukshetra and Down to Earth every month, so stay tuned for further updates. Have a wonderful day.